Today we're going to review how to write exponents with the shortcut form and use fractions as well. So we're going to start off with 4 to the negative third power. I know that I have two different ways that I can write this. I can do expanded form, and the first thing I'll look at is my exponent, and it is negative. So I know that I'm going to divide, or that my answer is going to be a fraction. So this is 1/4 times 1/4 times 1/4. We know that. The other way to do this is the shortcut. I again start the same way. I notice that my exponent is negative, which means I'm going to have a fraction. And I notice that in my fractions, the numerator is always 1, so my numerator is 1. And then all I need to do is take my base, and it's to the third power. If you see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 4s at the bottom, and so it's 4 to the third power at the bottom. I'm going to rewrite this and leave it up here for the next example so we can use this information to help us. Okay. Our next example. We're going to do a fraction, and my fraction is 2/7 to the negative second power. Now, I know that 4 to the negative third power is the same thing as 1/4 to the third power. So I'm going to do the same thing with this. I look and see that my exponent is negative, so that means I'm going to have a fraction. So I'm going to put 1 over something. I then am going to take the base, just like I did here. I took the base. I'm going to take the base, which is 2/7, and I know that it's going to go to the second power. So 2/7 to the negative second power is the same as 1/2/7 squared. Now I'm just going to rewrite this. My 1 stays the same. This is 2/7 to the second power, so I know that that's 2/7 times 2/7. And then I can go ahead and start to solve this. 2 times 2 is 4. 7 times 7 is 49. That's my base. Now I can't forget about this. The 1 stays the same. Now this is a super goofy looking fraction. 1 divided by 4 divided by 49, or 1/4/49. I know that I have a fraction, and I know that this bar means to divide. So I know that this is 1 divided by 4/49. My 1 divided by 4/49. Now, when I am dividing fractions, I can divide by a fraction by doing keep, multiply, and flip. So I'm going to do 1 times and flip 49/4. Well, 1 times anything is just our second number, so 49/4 is the answer. We're going to do one more example like this one. This time I have 1/2 to the negative third power. I see that my exponent is negative, which means that my answer is going to be a fraction. So I'm going to rewrite it as the shortcut. The fraction always has a numerator of 1. And then I'm going to take my base. My base is 1/2. And it's going to go to the third power. Now I'm going to keep rewriting this. This 1 stays the same. And I have 1/2 to the third power, so that means my base is repeated 3 times. 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. I'm going to start to solve this. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. Times 2 is 8. So I get 1 out of 8. I did everything in my denominator. Now I need to keep my numerator. My numerator is 1. So I have this funky fraction of 1/1/8. I'm going to take this, and I know that this bar right here means to divide. So I'm going to do 1 divided by 1/8. And I know when I'm dividing by a fraction that I can do keep, multiply, and flip. So 1 times, I'm going to flip this, 8/1. Again, 1 times anything is just that number. And 8/1 is my answer, which I know 8/1 or anything over 1 is just the numerator, which is 8. Our last example is going to be where our fraction or our base is a negative number. I'm going to move us this way just a little bit. Okay, so the last example is negative 4/5 raised to the negative second power. I can start with this. I know that my exponent is negative, which means I'm going to divide or have a fraction. So I'm going to go ahead and start writing that 1 over something. I need to take a look at my base. My base, what is my base? My base is negative 4/5, so I'm going to write negative 4/5 for my base. And it's going to the second power. Now I can rewrite this. This is the same as 1 over. I have negative 4/5, so I'm going to do negative 4/5 into the second power times negative 4/5. I'm going to pause, take a look at this. Do you think that this answer is going to be positive or negative? You can take a look at this part or this part, positive or negative. I have a negative base and a positive exponent. My answer is going to be positive because I know the negative times the negative is positive 16, and 5 times 5 is 25. You started probably to notice that anytime you have a fraction that's goofy like this, what happens is the denominator just ends up flipping. I can rewrite it out as well, though. This is 1 divided by 16 over 25. I will keep, multiply, and flip. And I know my answer is 25 over 16. And this one is positive.